Yo, yo, yo. What's good, people? These things. Um, just make sure Twitch is running. Looks fine. Okie dokie. Shut that. Yo, yo, yo. Anyway, what's good, people? C-Wiz. Coming back at ya. Part number 44. Horizon Forbidden West. Yeah, I think we're just continuing on with side quests and errands, salvage quests. Trying to tie up anything which isn't main that we've got, which is below the level of the next main. Well, actually, I tell a lie because I think the next main quest is 18, level 18. But it's basically going to the base and actually, maybe it is worth me going to the base and starting up the function IEFA, because that might enable some more things within the world. Maybe I should do that first. Yeah, I'll change my mind. I'm gonna go back and do that first, because it might have an effect on the world. It might even like give me the Cauldron quest and that Gemini Cauldron quest, and it might even somehow unlock the Tornek. Got 8 skill points as well. Let's spend them. Yeah, I was interested in them power shots, wasn't I? It's gonna be 3. It's gonna be 5. It's gonna be 5 to get that. Currently, what am I rocking at the moment? I think I'm using. That's not what we're using. Have we not even bought that one yet? Oh, we have. We've just only got level 1. Level 2 spear energy build up 50%. Wow. That's what we're using. Think it's worth me upgrading it to level 5. So that's what we're currently at. That's what it'll go to. I'm tempted to upgrade it. Shock explosion. Four power shots. I don't know, man. But that's like... that's as many shots as I can fire within the time limit. 60% extra damage. Surely that's gotta be better. I know that's gonna be like 4 shots real, but it's just 4 shots. Like if I miss the shot, so I don't hit a weak point, Don't get me wrong, I think it definitely could be useful. I just think that's more friendlier to use. Like I said, you can fire as many shots as you can within the time limit. Every single shot 60% more damage. Plus you're getting health back. Plus if you're using weapon technique, more damage. Weapon stamina regen is doubled. Well, that's if I upgrade it. Currently it's these stats. Still good though. To decrease the visibility to enemies, aiming a weapon or using melee attacks temporarily deactivates. Obviously, that's going to be really good to use once I've got all these other things as well. Like do extra damage while you're undetected, and more range damage while undetected, more tear while you're undetected. So if I'm popping this, all that's gonna, you know, it's gonna be in use. It's pretty strong, really. Overcharge module to your spear and immediately trigger a powerful shockwave damaging all enemies in the vicinity. It's pretty good. It's like a one-time blaster, innit? If you're surrounded by loads of them, just take out loads of it. But it's 300 damage. That's only going to kill low-level enemies, isn't it? Obviously, you upgrade it, and it, yeah, I mean, at level 3, you're going to take out some bigger enemies with that. Plus, you're going to probably hit them with shock status as well. Damage versus shocked enemies, and then everything what's going to get shocked with the shock build up is also going to take double damage. 15 seconds. It's pretty fucking good, to be honest. At level 3 it's pretty good. Yeah. I don't think it's as good until level 3. Like once it gets to level 3 it's usable, definitely. Braced shot. Fires a powerful shot from a kneeling position that explodes on impact. Oh shit. Uses 3 arrows. That's my main problem with a lot of these weapon techniques. They're expensive to use. Like you gotta weigh up, is it worth the expense for the extra damage what it's gonna do? On the fence. I think we might just buy loads of stuff from this tree, to be honest. Double notch. I like that. Rather than taking 3 arrows, I can just load up 2 and do double damage. I like that, that's good. That's definitely worth getting. I can learn that skill without even having the Oh, because of maybe I've got that one, it joins on. Yeah, because I went straight down, didn't I? Reduce your visibility. So basically everything's gonna become less hostile towards you within a certain range, pretty much. That's how it's gonna work. I've not even used the smoke bomb yet. Tempted to get that sharp shot. Just test it. I noticed as well you can reset all your skills. That's pretty good of the game to do that. Not, you know, most games would be like, you need to get this special book in order to do it. And you can only get one of them in the game, and you can only get it at the end of the game after you've done this special quest, which is really hard. Like, this is like, nope, you fucked up, just reset your skills anytime you want, reallocate. Like, that's dope, man. I don't know how many times you can do it, but for it to be just there like that, reset skills, I should imagine you can just do it as many times as you want. Which, thinking about it, is pretty OP because you can basically respec your skills around what type of area you're in and what you need at a specific time. Say I go into a really stealthy area, I can unspec all my I don't know. Say I had loads in my traps, I could take everything out of the traps and put it all into the stealthy tree. Or I could take a few off the survival and a few off the range, put it onto the, you know what I mean? Yeah, I like the fact that they've done that though. We've not touched Machine Master and we've not touched Trapper. Warrior's pretty much full out of the ones what I want. I mean, there is a few extras that I do want on them, but I don't think they're necessities. I think yeah, we carry on with Infiltrator. Start getting that a bit stronger, I think. But yeah, I've changed my mind. We're gonna go back and hand in Aoife. I wasn't thinking about that. I thought, yeah, it's a good place to stop and do all the side quests and catch up with everything, but yeah, thinking about it, Aoife might totally change everything around, you know what I mean?
I see you, champion. Sit, please.
Might change the way the game's operating a little bit.
If you walk by, you'll miss
Might give
out on a
me
good
something
trade.
what I've not got, what I need.
Be careful if you're traveling southwest, champion. Rebels have set up camp in the hills. I'm sure they'd be more than happy to dig your grave.
But she already told me
Thanks
this.
for the warning.
Wow, she keeps telling me new stuff all the time. Holy shit, it's handy.
Sounds like the Danath could use a hand dealing with these rebels.
It's handy to keep coming back to this, yeah, to this campfire. She's gonna keep telling me, like, new quests and shit. No, we don't need that. How did I get turned around? The map does get confusing trying to follow it sometimes. No, I don't have to specifically run on the path. I could just, you know, make my own route there, but this is going to be a lot of dialogue and stuff, which is good. I like it. It's more story and that. Not saying it's a bad thing. Just stating a fact. What I think is going to be more information.
Like this? Oh,
You're not waving a hammer around, Aaron. Try a gentler touch.
and my big sausage fingers don't really do gentle, okay?
Bring it back. Trace the line. To your right. Other right.
I just saw it. It's the one Aloy found up north. Gotcha. They call it a concussion beat party or something. Yeah, now that's music.
Aloy!
Erend, you're all better. And you're here.
Well, the world only goes on if you can do your thing. We learn fast enough, we help make that happen. You want all the backup you can get, right?
We still have much training to do, of course. One does not become hunter in a day.
Each seed grows at a pace of its own. Doesn't mean it won't bloom. You should know your Tanakh friend arrived.
Kotallo.
I heard their warriors drink people's blood. I want to sleep with one eye open.
I think he's seen enough blood for a lifetime.
I showed him to one of the rooms. He seems to appreciate the privacy.
Looks like you've got things under control. I should get this to Gaia.
Right. We'll keep on training. Catch up as fast as we can.
I'm seeing glyphs in my dreams already.
Well, while you've been off gallivanting around, I've been working with Gaia to find out more about the land gods. So from where I'm standing, you're in need of some training. Come along.
Okay.
They're like, yeah, we know what's going on there.
And I delivered your message to Talana. She headed for that Oseram camp you two were looking for, to the southwest.
The old ones like to dance.
Well, they
let's
didn't have
do.
two left feet, like I do.
I could teach you.
What's this?
Forge. Find an inn and leave me alone.
Wow, it's gonna be like a supply cache which just regenerates. Dope.
Wow, this place is starting to come alive.
Yeah, and Gaia placed all the data she got from your focus into that archive room. With the focuses you gave us, we'll be able to access it at our own pace. You know, learn and train. And if you need us, we'll be there to fight at your side.
Got it. Thanks, Varl. So, training with Zoe, huh?
Yes, training. Mostly. Look, she reads glyphs faster than I can already. I'd be a fool to refuse her help.
Of course.
Why is that training one still highlighted?
You guys reading something over there?
It's
We just
not-
finished going through all the logs you collected back in Nora territory, and All Mother Mountain. It's hard to imagine that my ancestors were trapped inside, without the knowledge from Apollo to guide them.
Thanks to Ted Faro.
Yeah. I wonder how it must have felt when they were finally free. The world must have seemed so beautiful.
Not to mention terrifying. They weren't much more than kids.
And they became an entire tribe.
Looks like I was wrong about the Zeniths. Their ship didn't explode on its way to Sirius like everyone thought.
And we saw how they lied about creating a better future at their launch facility. Guess they lied about what happened to their ship, too. But still, a tribe settling amongst the stars.
I couldn't put a single dent in their shields, Varl. That one Zenith almost killed me.
That didn't stop you from resurrecting Gaia. Won't stop us from using Hephaestus against them.
Let's hope that's enough.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they ain't showed their ugly heads again yet, but when they do, it's gonna be a problem. Unless we learn something about them. I think it's gonna be the atmosphere what kills them. You know, like War of the Worlds sort of shit. Because they clearly can't. They clearly can't breathe the atmosphere because they've got helmets over their head, over their whole body. You know what I mean? So.
I'm guessing you've spoken with Kotallo?
I wanted to pay my respects for those who fell when we were ambushed at the embassy. Told him I'd never seen anyone throw themselves at a machine like he did. He said a warrior shouldn't be praised for fulfilling their duty. For a second I thought I was talking to my mother. Never thought a Tenakth and a Nora war chief could have so much in common.
I'm guessing Talana didn't stay for long?
You got that right. Makes you wonder what this Amadis guy did to grab her attention.
Whatever it was, she didn't tell me.
Must be quite a story.
I guess she'll tell us when she's ready. How's everyone handling their focus?
And we all have our difficult moments. Erend definitely curses the most.
Shit.
But I'm hoping Oseram's stubbornness prevails.
How's everyone doing?
Just taking it all in. No one snapped their bowstrings yet.
Yeah, I think that's everything exhausted. But yeah, for some reason I seem to think that them white flowers. What tribe was it? I don't think it was the Tenakth. I think it was Utaru. I think it was the Utaru tribe what was doing planting the white flower seeds. I don't know, man. It would be like poetically, it would be like, you know, it would be sweet, wouldn't it? How the seeds of the dead fallen tribes was what saved humanity. It would be pretty crazy, but I mean, not saying that is going to be what it is, but it's a good idea though.
Think you can hold the fort while I'm gone?
If Erend stops listening to the same music over and over again, maybe. We'll be fine.
Varl looks happy about his training partner.
Learning is best done together.
Have you gone back to Plainsong at all?
I thought about it, but I wouldn't know what to tell them. The chorus already thinks me a thorn in the thicket. If they knew what we did to Fa, even if they understood, there'd be little they could grasp about all this. No. For now, I must leave the tribe behind.
What are you up to?
Gaia was kind enough to put together a list of glyphs used by the Old Ones. She helped me decipher some of the data you've collected, and showed me how to use the focus to help the process. It's not easy, but it's been working so far.
That's good to hear. I see you've settled in.
Gaia did say this place was built for us, so we could regain control of our lands with her terraforming system. Nurture them like the land gods do Plainsong's fields. It does strike me as odd that a place of life should have so much metal.
I mean, that's the way it be. Everything revolves around machinery, doesn't it?
Did Gaia tell you anything about the Zeniths?
She did, though it wasn't exactly easy to believe. To think that there are places among the stars where life can bloom as it does here, it is humbling, to say the least, and heartbreaking that such life should be bent on destroying ours.
Survival of the fittest. That's what they're thinking. But they can't be they can't just be normal humans that have just flown to the stars, lived on another planet and then come back. They seem like they're like they was born of that planet, and they've got a different sort of DNA or something. Like, they can't handle that atmosphere, you know what I mean, of Earth. Maybe they can. Maybe it's just a protective suit, but I don't reckon they can. That's my guess. But maybe the humans, whilst they were living on the planet and they've had kids and stuff, the kids have grown up to be mutated, different, adapted to that atmosphere. I don't know, I'm just speculating, but we'll find out.
So, how does a tribe like the Utaru manage to maintain the peace with warriors like the Tenakth?
By holding them off. When our fields bloomed aplenty, the Tenakth looked upon our lands with envy. But Plainsong's dishes provided sanctuary and high ground to keep invaders at bay. In the end, even the Tenakth saw sense in a truce. The Utaru promised to provide the Tenakth with food from our crops every year. In exchange, the Tenakth would relinquish one of their own, a veteran, to train the Utaru in combat. This custom was abandoned a few years after the derangement. But some veterans still remain in the plains.
I believe I've met them already.
Okay.
Sounds like you met my friend Talana.
Yes, the Karja Huntress. I haven't seen armor like hers since the Red Raids, but Varl tells me that she too suffered at the hands of the Mad Sun King.
Yeah. She's one of the good ones. Trust me.
Who's that? What is that? The one what used to do the training and that from the first one, from Zero Dawn. You know, they had that training hut, and she killed the Redmore with her, didn't it? I think that's who we're on about.
You've spoken with Kotallo?
A few words. Tenakth don't have much use for us outsiders. You must have made quite the impression for him to offer his fealty.
So you've been talking to Gaia?
Yes, she was kind enough to take me through some of the history of the Old Ones, including their demise and the heroic actions of her creator, Elizabeth Sobek. I was surprised to see she was you. Past, but reborn? Not that I claim to understand how.
You've been getting to know Erend, I assume?
Of course. Any friend of Varl's is a friend of mine. In this case, a very loud friend.
He's alright though. Oh, there is one I haven't.
I've been meaning to ask, what's the deal with you and the chorus? You didn't seem to be on the best of terms.
That's what happens when you're the one Utaru who insists on publicly defying them. Twice. When the Karja invaded the Utaru plains, they did more than just attack our villages. They burned our fields, took our people as slaves, and murdered those who were too weak to make the trip back to Meridian.
To be sacrificed in the Sun Ring.
I was helping the healers back then, as waves of refugees swarmed into Plainsong. The chorus was divided in how to face the invaders. Some saw sense in raising arms. Others believed the dishes would keep us safe, as they had many times before. And while they bickered, I buried the seeds of the fallen.
It couldn't have been easy. Seeing your people suffer while the Karja invaded your lands.
I come from a small village near Plainsong. My grandmother used to say there was no seed that wouldn't grow there. I moved to the dishes when I decided to apprentice as a healer. When the Red Raids began, I thought about going back. But the injured kept pouring into Plainsong, day after day. So I kept putting it off. One day, I woke up to hear a Karja raiding party had ransacked my village during the night. I rushed there with the healers to help the survivors, but there weren't any left. The smell of burning flesh haunts me to this day.
I'm sorry, Zoe.
I made it a point to appear before the chorus as soon as we returned, to demand that we take a stand against the invaders. I was denied. So I left to fight on my own.
You said you set out to fight the Karja alone?
I did. But it turned out I wasn't the only one. News of my disagreement with the chorus spread through the plains. Before I knew it, I had more than a dozen Utaru warriors ready to follow me into battle. We knew we couldn't take on the Karja armies head-on, but we also knew the lay of the land better than they did. We ambushed smaller raiding parties, sabotaged their supply lines, and hit their encampments at night.
Sounds like you were a force to be reckoned with.
Enough that the Tenakth took notice. When the clans began to push the Karja back east, they let us join their ranks. We chased the enemy all the way to Barren Light.
You said you were at Barren Light when the Tenakth defeated the Karja?
Tenakth marshals climbed the cliffs of the Daunt under cover of night, then attacked from the other side. Before we knew it, the gates were open, and the full force of the clans burst through. What happened next was not something I like to remember. When all the dust and blood settled, I smelled it again. The stench of burnt flesh. Our enemies defeated. What was left of my squad returned to the Utaru Plains. I went back to Plainsong. But even as the harvests passed, it didn't feel like I'd truly returned at all.
Is that when you became a grave singer?
I thought soothing the suffering of others would somehow appease my own. Then you came along and gave me a choice. I could either sing at people's graves or fight for a chance to keep them alive.
I'm glad you chose the latter.
here. And that's all, everything exhausted.
Right, I should probably go.
I shall return to our training then.
Fabrication terminal, we need to go to that as well. We need to do that. Hand in the drone. Let's see what this unknown is. And we need to talk to Erend as well.
Hey,
Hey,
a nice place.
well, it's not like I built it or anything.
Right. Well, I can see why you had your doubts about bringing us along. It is a lot to take in. But, don't worry. That's nothing I can't handle.
Right. I see Varl gave you a focus.
Well, it doesn't look as fashionable on me, but by the Forge, the things I've been able to see. Granted, a lot of them are bad, you know, the old world ending and such. I'm still trying to wrap my head around most of it, but I never really understood how you were ever able to find my sister back in the Sundom. And now I do, sort of. It makes me feel like I could be useful, you know?
It takes some time, but yeah. I guess you know what we're up against by now.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When Varl first told me those bastards come from the stars, I thought he'd eaten too many of those medicinal berries. Yeah, but I've gotten used to seeing impossible things, thanks to you. I just wish they weren't always trying to kill us.
Yeah, you and me both. How are you settling in?
Yeah, Varl's been helping me get the lay of the land, when he's not getting all tongue-tied. I don't know who makes him more nervous, that Gaia lady or our new Utaru friend.
And what about the Vanguard? Aren't you supposed to be back east, ordering them around?
I sent some of them back to Meridian with a message. I doubt Avad will mind me sticking around to help the savior of Meridian.
So, you've met our new Tanakh friend.
He's, quiet. I thought his people were supposed to be bloodthirsty maniacs.
You shouldn't believe everything you hear.
Yeah. Well, I guess if you trust him, so do I.
So Talana came by the base?
Yeah, more like rushed through. I was hoping she'd stay for a drink at least. Only Carja I've ever met who's any fun. But it seemed like she had more pressing matters to attend to.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Talana is the one that was at the training hut. Yeah, I'm sure it is. The one that was out with one of her what would you call them? They're not trainees. There's a special name for them. But one of her, yeah, we'll call them trainees now. She was with one of her trainees and the trainee got hurt. I'm sure it's that person.
I gotta go.
I'm here if you need anything.
I'll have to remember Talana next time I see. I'll probably look it up in yeah, it is the one. Hunter's Lodge, that's what it was called. Sunhawks, yeah. Yeah, I was right. been a long time since I played Zero Dawn, so second guessing myself a lot.
Looks like someone's rearranged stuff in here.
Aloy, I see you found your room. Your companions thought you would appreciate a private space of your own.
That was thoughtful of them.
Okay.
I've been carrying Elizabeth's pendant with me for months. But since we're gonna stay a while, I think I'll keep it here, where it'll be safe. Elizabeth put all of her faith in Gaia. And Gaia put all of her faith in me. If I can do it all, recover the subfunctions, defeat Far Zenith, heal the world, I'd like to think Elizabeth would be proud.
I mean, I'd think so. That's quite an accomplishment.
My old spear. Rust helped me make it. When I finished my training. Feels like so long ago now.
I mean, it was.
When Varl found me after the Hades Proving Lab, I thought I saw Rost. I don't think he'd understand any of this. Or what I have to do. But still. Wish he was here. This is the rite of passage that Vishav gave me at the embassy. I liked him. He seemed like a good man. I think he was really looking forward to going home. Regala's attack at the embassy. The marshals ambushed and surrounded, killed one by one. Reminds me of the massacre at the Proving. Back in the Sacred Lands. So many lives wasted. And for what?
I'll put more arrows. Do I restock a Rooney? Now we want to do, we want to see if we can get any more overrides. I'm pretty sure we did get the notification that we had enough to unlock another one. I'm sure we did.
Looks like this room's changed. Is that your doing, Gaia?
Yes. I have repurposed the displays to track the cauldrons you have acquired data from.
Aloy.
It's good to see you. I'm guessing you've got a lot of questions?
I've been told of our enemy and their intentions. Your friends showed me to the vision you keep in this place. Gaia, and gave me this focus. I don't pretend to fully understand everything, but all I really need to know is where to train and when to fight.
Welcome to the team, then. What are you looking at over there?
The others have been helping me decipher the symbols the focus shows me. So, I thought I'd try to understand the weapon you intend to use against the enemy. This Hephaestus. It will be able to make machines? That answer to Gaia?
Yes,
How many?
as many as we need.
Such power. Has the world ever seen the like?
Don't know.
Now that you know who the enemy is, do you have any questions?
I'll admit, I find them hard to grasp. From the heavens. And invulnerable.
For now.
I will leave the strategy to you. I trust you will point my blade where it will cut the deepest.
You've had some time with the team now. Any thoughts?
I admit I was surprised to see Nutaru here. Farmers don't make for effective soldiers.
I'm told she rallied some in her tribe against the Karja, and fought all the way to Barren Light.
Interesting. Perhaps I am mistaken.
You said the Bulwark was your home a long time ago. That you were part of the Sky Clan.
Yes.
That's all you're gonna tell me?
Fine. As you wish. My parents were killed in a clan skirmish, so I was raised by my squad. As I grew older, I came to be known as an accomplished fighter. Tekote took a special interest in me. I fought by his side against the Karja, and led my squad on a dangerous climb into the Daunt. It was I who opened the gates at Barren Light from the east side, allowing the Tenakth to raise it.
That must have gotten you some attention.
Indeed. I was welcomed home as a hero, and I was content.
Then why'd you leave?
I became a marshal.
Why did you leave the Sky Clan to become a marshal?
I was sent to the Kulrut by Tekote.
Yeah, don't
Back
get a
then, I
choice.
would have obeyed his every order. I believed in him, like one would a father.
If you're the best, you
I
gotta
was
go.
too blind to see the fear in his eyes. Fear of a rising young warrior challenging his command of the clan.
Maybe.
I returned a hero from the battle at Barren Light. But to him, I was only a threat. Never occurred to him that I had no interest in rising above my station.
Tekote's schemer. Yeah, he's a bit of a shady mofo. Tekote.
Why did Tekote think you wouldn't be a threat to him if he sent you to the Kulrut?
Tekote knew that if I survived the Kulrut, I'd be forced to forsake the clan to serve the Tenakth as a whole. I'd never be allowed to challenge his command, even if I wanted to. After our victory at Barren Light, Tekote spoke to our people, said it would be selfish to rob Hikaru and the marshals of a warrior like myself, even though he knew perfectly well I had no intention of ever leaving. It was exile, guised as an honor. One he knew I couldn't refuse. So I became a marshal, and never looked back.
I'm sorry you had to go through that.
Never had a choice,
I'm
did you?
not. Though it pained me at the time, a marshal is what I was destined to be.
Wings of the Ten. We need to do that mission. That I think is the mission called Wings of the Ten. Something along the lines of that. I'm pretty sure that's gonna be the mission where we. Well, I'm guessing we're gonna get some sort of extra high jump, launching ability, or flying, or gliding, or I don't know yet. But it's gotta be something. Maybe at end, maybe the tall neck will get unlocked in a different way. I don't know. Might be the cauldron, but might be wrong. Yeah. Like I said, I've not watched anything on this game, so everything I'm just throwing out wild guesses about everything pretty much.
When we were at the Bulwark, the guard said something about the Wings of the Ten. Hikaru also mentioned it at the Kulrut. Dekka, too. What does it mean?
The visions tell us that the Ten flew on great metal machines with wings. And leapt into battle from the sky. For us, to imitate this feat is the ultimate expression of martial prowess. And it is why the challengers leap into the arena during the Kulrut. Many times I imagined it as a child. The feeling of freedom. And the awe it must have inspired.
It was sounding promising then, like he was gonna say, that's why we made this. But he didn't.
What did Chief Hikaru say when you told him he'd be joining me here?
You spilt rebel blood at the Grove and helped reunite the clans. There was little more to be said. He understood.
Well, I'm honored he lent me his best marshal. At least for a little while.
Indeed.
Indeedy diddly do. Indeedly diddly do. I think that's everything. Exhausted.
I should go. Feel free to check in on Hikaru and your people. Door's always open here.
I will. May the Ten walk with you.
Alright, let's use this workbench. I don't think I've got anything. Obviously, I can upgrade that all the way to 4, but I wanna weight it off a little bit just in case we get a better one. But I do like the gauntlet, the shredder, sorry. And I do want to upgrade one. Just waiting it out for now. Yeah, I want to upgrade that as well. Snap more sack webbing. And we can go immediately straight to 3. Shell snapper. Snap more sap. So I might have to specifically go out and just do that. Just so we can get it straight to 3. Free weapon coils. 40% melee follow-up. Increase range damage afterwards. 40% extra damage. That's pretty crazy. Stalker stealth. We've got 2 things what need that. There's going to be a choice what to do first. I think I'd probably do the purge water one first. Because I'm only really using that for the electricity. Once I get electricity on a normal hunter bow, I probably wouldn't use the warrior bow. That's literally all I'm using it for, is that electricity. Because I've already got fire and normal, and fire and acid I've already got on hunter bows, so I don't need it for them. Yeah, literally just for the shock. Yeah, that's what we're using. That's the acid and that's the frost. Anyway, oh, did I have any? Make sure. It does become really good once it's fully upgraded. It's a lot of stuff to get it to that point now. A lot of stuff. I swear I unlocked another. I thought I did. Plowhorn horn. That makes sense though, you need the parts from that specific thing to go towards the override. Yeah, makes sense. We need 2 more Plowhorn horns. I don't think we've even fought a Plowhorn horn yet. I think we must have grabbed this stuff from like chests or something. I swear we haven't fought a Plowhorn yet. Anyway, I thought we could have done another upgrade, but I was wrong. Alright, let's go and do this. Let's go and get this function installed. And we've got a drone to hand in as well. Do the drone first.
Aloy, I am pleased you have returned. And I see you have recovered ether. Please proceed with the merge. Afterwards, I have a matter to discuss with you.
I would do this first. Okay. Let's see what this does for us. I can't remember what our ether's function is.
So, what did you want to discuss?
While you were away, I received an unusual transmission on my dedicated Aletheia frequency.
Oh, yeah.
Aletheia. That's one of the sub-functions you couldn't detect before.
Yes. The transmission occurred so slowly that at first it seemed like an accidental blip of data amongst background static. Once I noticed this irregularity, it took some time to collate the complete message.
So can't you locate it now then? Like I said, I think they're gonna be in a...
Where does it lead?
To a mountain to the northwest of this facility.
Maybe.
A word of caution, Aloy. It is possible this transmission is genuine. It is also possible it is being broadcast by
Zeniths.
someone or something else.
You don't think it's actually Aletheia?
I am uncertain.
Could be Silas.
What's SOS.
Could be Zeniths.
It is an old world code. A distress signal. A desperate plea for help.
Yeah, Silas has got to be doing something in the background, isn't he? We just shut him out. He's gonna be pissed. Because in his head he's like, somehow thinks he's helping. I mean, maybe he did a little bit, but the problem is there's always a back scheme. There's always an agenda which is furthering his cause. You know what I mean? Schemey motherfucker.
Why would Aletheia send a coded transmission on a frequency only the 2 of you can communicate on?
I believe it was done as a precaution to avoid detection, or at least to create the appearance of the desire to do so. I am also uncertain why Aletheia would expect that I would be able to detect and respond to its distress signal at all. As far as it is aware, I no longer function.
Yeah, dodge.
Okay, so either Aletheia is in trouble and sent the message hoping you were out there, or someone else is trying to get us to go to these coordinates, pretending to be Aletheia.
That is my conclusion as well.
That could be helpful though for springing a trap on them. Because they're not going to realise that we've come to that conclusion. That we could make a trap out of their trap.
Could the Zeniths be sending the transmission?
According to the data I reviewed on your focus, the Zeniths recovered the other Gaia root kernel in the Hades Proving Lab.
Yeah, they did.
It is feasible they used it to gain access to my internal frequencies.
So, maybe they sent it thinking you'd respond and reveal your location.
Possibly. However, the transmission is highly irregular. If they intended to provoke me into revealing myself, I would expect the communication to be more routine.
Right.
Yeah, not just one blast.
So maybe it's not them then.
Dodge. Still got Silas as well, you know what I mean? He's in the mix somewhere.
You said the coordinates lead to a mountain to the northwest. What's there?
I have no record of anything of note in that vicinity.
Okay, and what about the other number in the message? 237. Any idea what that means?
I have queried my available databases, but it does not appear to have any significance. Perhaps its meaning can only be understood at the indicated coordinates.
All right, I'll go to the coordinates and check out the source of the transmission.
All by yourself? Ha! No way.
I included Erend and Varl in this briefing via their focuses. I concur that you should not investigate this alone.
What if it's a
Yeah.
trap?
Exactly.
Of course it could be a trap. But if it really is Eleuthia, then it's in trouble, and I need to bring it back. Don't worry. I'll be careful and...
We're coming with you.
Fine. Go grab your things.
We'll wait for you at the west exit, in case you need to upgrade your gear.
Wait a minute, I need to do my drone. There we go. Alright, so we got coordinates. I don't think we need the coordinates. It's just gonna mark it on the map for us, innit? Hopefully. Have 2 skill points to spend them. Cover health when using Silent Strike. Quiet Spear. Don't really know how helpful Quiet Spear would be. I suppose it would be. Still think the other stuff's gonna be better to learn first. We're probably buying everything in this tree. Increase your weapon zoom while aiming and fire a powerful shot that deals extra damage. Ah, what? I should have bought that before the other one. That's really fucking good. That's really good, man. Holy shit, I should have bought that. That'd be the next thing I'm buying for sure. So wait a minute, all these skills are like being activated the same way. Can I only have one technique activated at once? It looks like it. Because if that's activated with L2 and then press R1, so is that. L2 and then R1. L2 and then R1. They can't all be, you know, can't be doing all 3 of them at once, can I? Just noticed my shards are getting pretty big as well. It's nice. Alright, let's put in this survey drone. Guy has picked up a distress signal seemingly sent by Eleuthia. Another of her missing subordinate functions. With help from Eren and Val, Ayla must investigate. See, I'm surprised they've done that. I thought the other functions were going to be left for the next game or DLC or something. That's what I was thinking. Maybe not. Maybe we get them all this game. We will see. But I'm gonna do side quests before I go on to the Eleuthia. Oh, maybe I can't now. Everything's on hold. Maybe I've mission locked myself into it. It's not that much of a biggie.
There. Let's see what we got.
Yeah, not that much of a biggie. I've got to speak to her again as well.
Good choice.
She says that about all of them. Look at that over there. This game is really pretty, man.
Aloy,
That was sneaky of you, patching in Varl and Eren to our conversation.
Sneaky,
I am
sneaky.
pleased you accepted their help. Is there something you wish to discuss before you depart?
Oh shit.
What can you tell me about Demeter?
Demeter sows, fertilizes, and tends to plant life.
So once I bring it back, all the blight out there will start to get better.
While permanent restoration requires the abilities of Hephaestus, I may be able to improve conditions in the region for a while. However, a word of warning. Like Aether and Poseidon, Demeter's response to my query was highly irregular. Alone and frightened, it may have taken measures to assure its security.
Okay, I'll keep my guard up.
So she knows where Demeter is as well. So we know where whatever it is, Euphoria, and where Demeter might be. And then we know where the others, Poseidon, Aether, we've already got. And what was the third? There was another one.
The missing subordinate functions. What can you tell me about them?
Artemis rewilded the Earth with a variety of animal species. Eleuthia was responsible for gestating, nurturing, and acculturating a new generation of human beings. Apollo was tasked with preserving, organizing, and disseminating vast archives of human knowledge and cultural achievements.
We've lost that though.
Unfortunately, all archived Apollo data was purged on the 2nd of February, 2066, by order of Ted Faro.
Pharaoh, huh? I really hate that guy.
Understandable. He appears to have been pathologically narcissistic, impulsive, and unstable.
All three of the missing functions have already served their purpose, or were prevented from doing so. Do you still need them?
If attainable, yes. Restoring their remaining elements would increase my heuristic processing density. Perhaps you will be able to procure Eleuthia at the SOS coordinates. Artemis and Apollo, however, remain unaccounted for.
Okay, so what she's saying is they're not 100% needed because most of the functions already been done. Okay.
So, Poseidon, what do we know about it?
Poseidon controls the organic and chemical composition of water resources.
Has to be water, doesn't
Once
it?
it is restored to me, I may be able to improve conditions in the regional watershed. But I must warn you, like the others, Poseidon is lost and frightened. It may have taken measures to protect itself.
I'll be careful. You mentioned that the superstorms have subsided. Is that Ether at work?
Yes. Thanks to Ether's capabilities, weather patterns in the local region should mostly stabilize for the time being.
That'll be a relief for the Tenakth. One of their villages is still recovering after a mudslide caused the whole place to flood.
I will continue to stabilize the atmosphere for as long as I can.
Why did Ether take up residence in an ancient war museum?
As with the other subordinate functions, Ether needed to install itself on a processor with adequate storage and power. The one in the museum appears to have been sufficient, given that the holographic displays were still active.
So Ether was assured it could stay for as long as it needed to.
Correct. Though it is curious that it chose a place surrounded with the ancient ruins of aircraft.
Maybe it also felt at home there. How's Kotallo doing?
I detect that the loss of his arm still deeply pains him,
Of
though he
course.
has not voiced his thoughts. I may be able to assist in his recovery, should he be interested.
Really? I'm sure he will be. How are things around here?
Zoe has been studying the morphology of her land gods, in an effort to understand their sickness. Without the abilities of Hephaestus, I am unfortunately unable to correct their programming. However, Zoe and I are hopeful we will find an alternative way to heal them.
Well, keep at it.
Is my mic loud enough? Hello, mic check. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Yo. Seems like it's a bit lower today. Like it's peaking, not as high. I have got it I don't know. I have got it a little bit under. Lower than what I usually have it. Maybe I might boost it a little bit. Still got quite a bit of gain that I could use.
Varl and Zoe seem to like spending time together.
Indeed. While studying Old World data, Zoe discovered references to a dietary lifestyle known as vegetarianism. She appreciated the similarities with Utaru practices and encouraged Varl to try out this lifestyle.
And how did that go?
I believe they have agreed to disagree.
Yeah, it's not for everyone.
How's Erend handling things?
He is becoming increasingly accustomed to use of the focus, after an initial incident.
Oh yeah.
What did he do?
He unfortunately crushed his first focus as he attempted to affix it to his temple.
Oh my god.
Amongst a number of Oseram curses, I believe he also blamed the focus for being dainty. He has given repeated assurances that it will not happen again.
Well, good thing we have a lot of extras, I guess.
It's funny. It's on about Zero Dawn. Are these? I don't think I've played any of these.
Gaia? What was Elizabeth like?
Her presence is interwoven with my memories. The moment I came online, she was there. We exchanged greetings, names, then set to our task. It was the first of many conversations. I enjoyed being in her company, listening to her stories. She was my creator, my guide.
Your friend.
Yes. When I reviewed the data on your focus, I was saddened to learn of her fate. Though I am glad she made it home. I deeply wish she did not have to be alone.
She was okay with that. She gave all of herself. The only one who could. Thanks, Gaia. So, Project Zero Dawn. The greatest minds in the world. All working to build the terraforming system while the Pharaoh Plague devoured the planet. What was it like?
Personnel worked in rotations, at all hours of the day. Resources and technology were secured from across the world. Within a month of the project's conception, I was launched and began my education. Elizabeth encouraged me to spend time with the rest of the Zero Dawn staff. She said it was important to experience many personalities and perspectives to aid in my emotional development.
Yeah.
What were they like?
Scared, hopeful, determined. They were hurtling toward technological achievements on a scale never before attempted. I owe everything to their dedication.
So the Hades Proving Lab, where I found the Gaia kernel. It used to be a Pharaoh research facility?
Yes. Prior to appropriation by Zero Dawn, the facility was used to engineer and test advanced computer viruses. It appears to have been one of many research initiatives by Pharaoh Automated Solutions.
I guess it wasn't enough to build automated killing machines. He wanted viruses to infect them with too.
Bloody Pharaoh, he fucked everything, didn't he? Basically started all this shit by making the machines like that, and making war machines and stuff. Well, not all of them were war machines, but yeah, when they got deranged, it didn't matter. Because they had capabilities of destruction, nevertheless.
So, a while back, before the battle at Meridian, I went into Banuk territory. I discovered another AI there. One not related to Zero Dawn. Cyan. It was created to oversee operations for a volcanic stabilization project. And it spent the last 1,000 years in isolation. I'm guessing you didn't know about it?
No. From the data on your focus, it seems that Cyan was cut off from the outside world. An effort by its creators to protect it from the Pharaoh Plague.
Any chance it could help us now?
I have already attempted contact, with no success. Given its previous experience with accepting an outside network request, I imagine it is unwilling to do so again.
Right. Because last time Hephaestus enslaved it. Well, that's too bad. I think the two of you would have had a lot to talk about.
I think that was the one from the DLC. You know, we discovered that the extra function in the DLC, what was like, that tribe helped us get to it. I'm sure that was what we're talking about.
The processor Ether was installed on was part of an ancient war museum. A memorial to something called the Hot Zone Crisis. Do you know anything about it?
My knowledge of historical events was unfortunately lost with the Apollo database. However, climate data indicates a peak in regional temperatures in the 2030s. Such conditions would see extreme, prolonged droughts, an increase in dust storms, and a loss of habitable landmass.
But they wouldn't have built a museum in the middle of a wasteland. So I guess things got better eventually.
Yes. Data suggests that temperatures return to average levels in the clawback era of the 2040s.
I still think there's a possibility that there's gonna be some sort of Apollo database backup somewhere. Like there has to be, surely. Well, there don't have to be, but like I'm thinking there will be.
There was an ancient tank embedded in the bulwark, buried under a bunch of boulders. Any idea how it got there?
During the Pharaoh Plague, the US military resumed the use of human combatants, as automated machinery was unreliable. It is possible the vehicle was part of a pre-automated war fleet.
So they fought against the Pharaoh machines in the valley, until the mountain was blasted apart and buried them. So this facility, the Regional Control Center, it was meant to oversee the terraforming system?
For the local region, yes. Had humans received their education from the Apollo database, they would have then been guided here to assume operation. As that never happened, this place remained vacant.
Until Minerva decided to settle here. So I guess this room was meant to keep an eye on conditions outside?
Yes. From here, the facility's operators would have been able to observe weather and machine activity in real time. It may be possible to restore more of this room's functionality, should you find and reconnect additional camera feeds.
I'll keep a lookout.
Okay. I think that's everything.
I guess I should get going.
As you say,
A lot more info.
be well, Aloy.
I knew it was gonna be a hell lot more info. Good though, we learned some more shit. I think that's a good place to stop.
Aloy, I was able to unlock another room in the main living area.
Good to know. I'll check it out when I can.
Oh yeah, what's that? Another room in the main living area.
Where have I seen this before?
It's not that room.
Looks like someone's made this space their own.
I see you found Varl and Zoe's room, Aloy. I believe they wanted.
What's that? This one? I thought that was my room when I looked in. Their room.
That looks like one of the Utaru's land gods. Like the one we killed in the sacred cave. I'm not sure I'll ever fully understand, but seeing something that represents life and prosperity turned into a weapon, it couldn't have been easy for Zoe.
Yeah, that's quite.
Holograms. Gaia, I thought you said the data here was lost.
I was able to repurpose the equipment to store the data you have acquired in your travels.
Doesn't actually do anything. It's just yeah, it's just a little room that looks cool, I think.
One of Studious Fuadis's many schools. It was a pain getting him to Barren Light. Still, he didn't deserve to be run down by Regalla's riders.
But he tried just running away and leaving everyone, didn't he? But I mean, he wouldn't have fight her, so.
Is this a piece from the bulwark? Kotallo must have brought this with him as a trophy. I may have fired the cannon, but
A piece?
he really put Dakota in his place.
A fucking piece? He's bought a fucking that boulder a bit. There's no way he brought that with him. That's heavy as fuck. Holy shit, man. Shower.
Looks like Erend and Katalo moved their stuff in.
Yeah, this is new. This is all new. I've not seen this room before. Interesting.
Looks like Gaia was able to unlock that door.
Bathroom.
There has to be more to this data.
Gaia, what was this room for?
This was intended to be a recreational room for Control Center operatives. Unfortunately, the entertainment modules were lost with the Apollo database.
Oh, that's too bad.
Wow, like big gamer chairs, man. The big massive screen. Like a little, yeah, that'd be dope. What's this? Oh yeah, what is this?
Another room. What for?
Oh, you can open the
Oh,
door.
I'm back in the sleeping quarters.
A little flourish. Ethan Reed. Switch to a private log. Okay, so Regional Control Center 9. Design of the facility's coming along. When Gaia finally builds it, it'll have everything it needs except personality. So I'm going to speak in my own mark. A couple of flourishes. Starting with this little tucked away hideout. August would have gotten a kick out of it. He loved hidden passages, like the kind in old English castles. But I've got something bigger planned. My piece de resistance, if you will. Okay, so there's... Ah, it was an audit.
Switch to a private log? Okay, so... Regional Control Center 9. Design of the facility's coming along. When Gaia finally builds it, it'll have everything it needs. Except personality. So, I'm going to sneak in my own mark. A couple of flourishes. Starting with this little tucked-away hideout. August would have gotten a kick out of it. He loved hidden passages, like the kind in old English castles. But I've got something bigger planned. My piece de resistance, if you will.
There's obviously like a...
Door's locked. Maybe Gaia will be able to get it open later.
There's got to be like a massive secret bit we've not discovered. I know we've got that room with the lock on it. Down below that we've not got.
Gotta go after Eleuthia. Erend and Varl are waiting for me at the west exit.
Yeah, it's locked me into this quest.
Oh, I've been down here before. It's where I first got into the facility.
We need to get to a save point, and well, we don't need to get to a save point, to be honest.
Maybe I should look at those logs again.
We can just do it from here. Alright, peoples, I think that's a good place to stop this part. We're at 1:30. I don't want to get too long. So, this has been CIWS. That has been part number 44. Hope you've enjoyed. See you in the next one, people. CIWS, I'm out.